Hello witchy people, I'm back again. Okay, I got these 100-pack wooden craft sticks from the works, and you can see they were £1. They come in 2 separate packets. And I'm going to attempt to make something, and I'm going to base on something that I saw, and the cheapest I've seen it is about £15. I want to make a bird table, so I am going to need these. I'm going to have a good pair of kitchen scissors so I can cut these down if I want to. I'm going to use an old nail file instead of sandpaper because that's what I have handy. If I had Gorilla Glue, I would use Gorilla Glue for this, but aliphatic resin, it's a really good wood glue. It is probably the most amazing wood glue on the planet. So I'm going to use some of that, and I will probably need my little drill again, and I will need some string, some twine. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay 5 or 6. I want some pretty straight ones. Oh, the other thing I'm going to use is gloves, because I am a messy crafter, as we all know. And for those of us in the UK, one of the best places to buy your disposable gloves, which by the way I don't use as disposable gloves, I will wash these and keep these and use them again and again, anyway, is Savers the Chemist, which is in the same, funnily enough, they sell really cheap perfumes. This has got nothing to do with this, but I'm telling you anyway. They are the same brand as the perfume shop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just to make sure it is straight, that one's sticking up, I am going to use these sticks so that they don't go all over the place. So aliphatic resin. First thing I'm going to do is unclog my bottle. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to glue these sticks together. So you see, I'm making a bit of a hash job of it. I could probably do this a bit neater, but it's, I don't know. As I'm making this on the fly, I'll just see how it goes. Yeah, like I said, I do quite like Gorilla Glue for this, just in case it doesn't work out, because it's cheaper than aliphatic resin, and I don't like wasting the aliphatic. Because I'm making a mess, as you can see, I'm also using a craft sheet. So smooth the top of that, make it look a bit prettier. So next, I should really wipe this. Oh, that didn't have much on it. Let's scrape some from this side. Okay, time to clean. My magical cleaning wipes, also known in the trade as baby wipes. Okay, so next, because I'm kind of making this up as I go along, I want to measure however long that's going to be. So, right, so let's cut. No, I want. Just want some straight edges on this at the moment, so I'm going to cut the rounded bits off. Oh no, I don't do straight. 2, 3, 4, I want 5. And now my scissors have decided just not to work. I know a good workman never blames his tools. Okay, so these need to be roughly that big. Da-da-da-dum. And see, it is splitting slightly, but that should be fine because I'm going to glue them on anyway. So measure all these up the same. Ish. I think rustic is the word I'm looking for right now. I have no idea where these bits are pinging to, but they're pinging. Okay. And these bits, whoops, glue on. I want one at the end here. One at the end here. One in the middle. And one each. Oh, that one's a bit bent as well. One each side of the middle. Okay, now I was going to put something heavy on that to dry, but I think it should be okay. Oh, some of them are a bit bent, so oh, I am so messy. Just going to wipe the glue off the top so that I can find something heavy. Anything heavy. Isn't it terrible? I'm in a craft room and I can't find anything heavy to place on that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put plastic on it, and then put something heavy on it And this is just a ream of paper. So maybe go for that. And right, what I'm going to have to do now is turn this round so that I can use the other side of it. I've got bits of lollipop everywhere now. Okay, so let's turn this round. And go on to the second stage now. Second stage. Some of these that I've cut off, I am going to want 1, 2, 3. I would like to have all of them, but oh, there's another bit there. Okay, so how many do I want? I'm not too sure yet. So I want one. That is going to be approximately the same width as the bench. So if I cut off, take the bit that's remaining, cut off, there we go, cut off that bit there. Okay, so that's my longest bit. Next I'll have 2 from the bits that I cut off, and then let's get this all straight. So you want to have 2 each of all the other sizes. So I want 2 at this length, two at that length, and then 2 at this length. Oh dear, and these I don't really want to split, and that one's split. So cut it from the other end. Of course, if you used a craft knife or something like that, they probably wouldn't split. Do you know, I chose a knife for convenience. I was going to get another set of knives, but this one's stuck. Oh, that's actually easier. Okay. Okay, that was easier. Okay, so you've got those same bits. Now you're going to need one bit like this, and this is actually one of the pain bits. Right, so what you want to do is decide how you want your pieces to be laid out. Because I want an arch to the back of mine. Oh dear. 1, 2. This is not going well. 1, 2. Basically, you want them all in a line. It's very, very hot again. Okay, so I want them all in a line. And then I want to do this. But you don't want to what's the word? You really don't want to have them at different widths coming down, different angles, if you see what I mean. So when you've got it the way you think you want it, which I think is going to be about there for me. I'm just going to bring these two down a bit, like that. What I want to do now is grab another lolly stick, give it a good coating, and lay it across the centre. At the bottom. Oh dear, that did not work out very well, did it? Ay, 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 ay. This is where I decide that I'm not happy with myself. Let's try that again. Of course, now they're sticky, and that's going to be a pain. That's pretty close, I think. Like that. Okay, and then you want to lay another one. God dear, glutton for punishment. Just above, like that. Okay, and then leave that to dry also. And then when that's dry, I will be back and I'm going to cut off the bit at the bottom that's showing below the bottom lolly stick. I just remembered something. You don't stick the 6th one on. You do the 5 together and you leave the 6th one for in a moment. Okay, so I have taken what I've made here, and the bit of the extra I cut off with a box knife, and just give it a quick sand down to make sure that it's level and nothing's poking out the bottom. like that. Right, so you still need your 6th lolly stick. Cool, I'm making a mess. I do like making a mess. Right, gloves back on. You think that would be the easy part. Okay, so what we want to do now is to put the back, this bit back here. So you're going to rest it in there, and you can have it as upright as you like. If you want it to lean back a bit, then lean it back a bit. Okay, so take a something, anything, because what you're going to need to do is lean this up against whatever the something is that you choose to use. Okay, take the glue, and you want to cover each little protruding bit with glue. Now it's up to you which way you have this. I think I'm going to have mine with the strap bit facing the back. So this is going here. This is sitting on the back. This is going here. I'm all fingers and thumbs. It's not good, is it? Okay. Let's try that again. This is going here. This is going on the back. This is gently holding it there. And I'm going to have that lent back. There we go. Okay, and then it's just a matter of leaving that to dry. And that is the first part of the bird table. Well, I've just recorded a whole segment and didn't actually have it on. So I'm going to have to do this bit again. Okay, what you want to do is get 2 pieces that are 4 widths of lolly sticks. Okay, you want 1 whole lolly stick. You place the 2 shorter pieces at the end here and 1 across the front, and because you've pushed this back slightly, what you'll find is you can push these 2 bits back so you get a small gap. Measure between this base bit here and your uppermost back rod here, the one that goes straight across, and make 2 pieces. So cut the lolly sticks and put them upright in the little tiny gaps you made it here at the front, and glue it all in. And you want to put a bit of glue on the back here as well, and then put on these bits here. Now this one keeps on going a bit wobbly, which is why this stick has been placed here, just to push it back into place. Okay, let's get the second stick on. And I want them kind of overhanging at the back slightly. There we go. I think that looks about even, sort of. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry overnight, and then I will be back. I decided to add another extra little bit. Now there are two choices here. You can, if you want to, add a strap directly onto the back, and that will help strengthen the armrests here, little miniature armrests, or you can shorten a lolly stick and just file one end round just to, you know, make it look the same, but also file the other end so that, you know, they both look like they've both been done, so that they're even, they look the same. And then what you can do is decide where you want it. So I'd have mine maybe about there. About there seems good. And glue it on, and it just makes a nice little extra bit at the back. So what I might do is rest this up this way, open up my glue, again if it's a wee bit sticky. Okay, so it's going a little bit on that side, it's going here, 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 and a little bit on that side. And then all you do lay it on and jiggle it round till you get it exactly where you want it. Check it looks right from the other side. Yep, that will do me. And like I said, it's just an extra little bit to, not something you have to add if you don't want to. There, hoping that will now glue. It's always nerve-wracking bit at the end, waiting for it to glue, making sure that it's going to be strong enough. I mean, aliphatic resin does actually grasp on pretty quickly. You see, it's a bit crooked, but so far we're doing okay. That should have been back a bit, never mind. Right. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few of these together. Rest that up there, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in some of these gaps with a little bit of glue. You have to be quite gentle with this. And then once again wipe off the excess gently using a baby wipe. That should be enough. Checking underneath here, that's not too bad. There's already some under that one. Now, if you were really clever, you'd have sawdust mixed with glue, and then that's what you would be using to make sure there are no gaps and bits and pieces. So just be careful as you're handling it, because you don't want to be heavy-handed like me and break it right at the last minute. Okay, on glue pop. I think I'm going to add a couple of bits here and here, and it is a matter of you know, just fiddling carefully. Right, I think I'm going to stop fiddling now. Yep, going to stop fiddling now. Okay, so I'm going to lay this. Actually, I think I'm going to lay it once again on its back, holding up with a few lolly sticks. Put that there. There we go. Oh, I've gone all out of focus. So when that's dry tomorrow, I will make sure that it's strong enough. Obviously it doesn't have to be super strong, but it does have to be quite strong. And then I'm going to decide what colour I'm going to spray paint it. And I might have it in blue. Right, the actual bench part is downstairs, outside, drying. It is painted bluey, metallic-y, but it's been oversprayed, which is why it's going to take all day to dry. So in the meantime, what you need to do is you need two full-size lolly sticks and 8 pieces that are the width of the 2 lolly sticks plus a couple of mil, just plus a little bit of a gap in between. So silly me didn't cut them, so 1, 2. I mean, up until this point, the actual bird table itself has used 20 lolly sticks, so you're still going to use less than 25. And so with a pack of the pound pack of the wooden craft sticks, you can make 4 of these little bird houses with. bird houses, bird feeders. Right, what I will mention is, well, obviously these are very tiny. They are for finches, these bird tables and fledglings. Something I would like to mention is you have to remember at this time of year, sort of spring and summer, don't put out whole peanuts flat on a bird table, or bacon rind, or anything too fatty. Peanuts especially, because they're not good for fledglings. It's okay to put them in a peanut feeder because you have to peck through to get them, but whole peanuts on a bird table aren't good in spring and summer because of fledglings. They're very, very good obviously in autumn and winter because the birds are bigger, and oh, excuse me, and there's a lot of protein in them. I'm going to shut up now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So what I'm going to do is, you'll hear a lot of grunting. What I'm going to do basically is I'm going to lay this on the edge of the table and I'm going to score it like this with my box knife, because I have found it's easier to cut if I do it this way. Okay, so the little bit I will cut off the end, and the rest of them should just snap off. I have actually got a couple of other ideas, different designs of bird tables, which I might do. We'll have to see. Right, gloves again. I mean, it is harder crafting with the gloves on, but so much easier on my hands. Okay, back with the glue. So what you want to do is make sure your glue bottle is not clogged. Okay. Put a couple of drops on each side. Why does that one look longer? Right. What I might do is use this bit for the minute as a... No, I won't. I was like, oh, I'll use this as sort of like a measure for the middle, but apparently I can't, and I'm not fiddling around with it. So I want my little gap in the middle. I swear I might as well take these gloves off. I'll take one off. And you just want to drop two pieces like that. So you've got a little gap in the middle of the pieces. 1, 2. This bit isn't absolutely necessary, but I have noticed when I've done, okay, so I've never done this before, but when I've done similar things before, you really do need something that will, when you string it up, it needs to be stabilized. It's not particularly neat, but it's going to do the job. So I'm going to leave that to dry just for a few minutes. Then I'm going to turn it over and stick the other bits on in the same place on the other side. Okay, I've rather bravely turned it over when it's not dry yet. And then glue on the other side. And exactly the same, you just line up over the top of the ones underneath, so you've still got that little gap right the way through. When it's dry, you can sort of like tidy up the edges a bit with a sort of sand it down, tidy it up a little bit. So there's that bit. That was quite easy. The other choices, of course, you can use just 4 of these pieces and build up with 4 long lolly sticks instead. But yeah, that'll suit me. That's fine. And I'll be back. The amount of paint I've used, it'll probably be tomorrow before it's dry, but you'll need this for when you hang it up. So that bit can stay over there and dry, and I'll be back. A few moments for me, a few moments for you, and a day for me. Okay, it is painted. It is not dry yet, but I put so many coats on. It is touch dry, and I accidentally moved this, as you can see, as I was drying it. I can still see the hole through, and I'm sorry about the camera moving. It's the dog knocking the camera. Go on, over that way, Buckley. Get in your basket. Go on. Okay. So next, I am going to be using my mini drill again. Once again, it's a black spur drill. Barkley, will you stop moving the camera? It's a black spur drill, and they are cheaper than Dremel. And if you're doing odd jobs like this, it's worth investing in. If you're using a lot of card, paper and lolly sticks, thin bits of wood. So if you're not doing any seriously heavy duty work, this will do fine. Let's get this plugged in. Barkley, are you going to be a little pain? Okay, so I need this, and I've chosen my string. I was going to use the green, but nah, I'm going to use the brown. And you can see it's proper garden twine, so it's quite rough. My other choice was this one. As this is a lot smoother, and I don't think it lasts as long. This one tends to last. If you are worried, cover it in glue. So first of all, I want 2 really good lengths of this, and I'm not measuring exactly. I'm doing an arm span because that will be it. And then before I go any further, I want some quick drying glue, so the aliphatic resin will do nicely. And I'm just going to coat the end just one end of each piece of string with the glue. So there's that one done. And now this one. As you can see, making a mess all the time because, you know, that's just what I do. So you want all those fibres at the end be all nicely stuck together. Okay, put that to one side to dry. Magic craft wipes again, also known as baby wipes. Now I'm hoping I'll be able to do this even though this is still damp. So if it all goes horribly wrong, well then it just all goes horribly wrong, and I would have learnt my lesson. You can see, look, it's not drying very well because I put too much paint on. This is a mixture, by the way, of this one, and even though it's enamel Rust-Oleum paint, it is an indoor paint. It's not actually an outdoor paint. This, however, is an outdoor paint. It's also Rust-Oleum, and it's an all-surface paint. But this was quite grey. It really is this sort of colour, and it's not really very metallic-y, which is why I decided to use the blue. Okay, so drill. So I want to go through and figure out where I'm going to drill this. So I think the first one is going to be, right, I'm going to put it here. So just on that strap bit here, that's where I'm going to put the hole. Okay, and I don't mind if it goes in at an angle, actually. It doesn't like it being damp. Okay, you're not going to want to watch me do that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish drilling this hole and put an identical one matching the other side, and then I'll be back. Okay, so that's those holes done. You can see just in here, 1 and 2. Right, the next 2 holes I want to put on this back strap here. Okay, so I'm going to put them on. Right, I'll show you with the nib of the pen. So on the back strap here, I'm doing 1 hole just here, 1 hole just here, and then matching the other side, 1 hole just here, like that. So okay, one, 2, too. Okay, next you want to get your piece of string with the glued end, and you want to put it down the front one. Hopefully this will fit. Like I say, I am ruining it slightly because I have not let it dry. Okay, let me try that again. This is why you've got the glue at the end, to make the end not fray out, and I haven't done a very good job. But hopefully this will work. There it is, just there. So I want to put it this way, and then this one you want to go up through the front one again, so it does take a little bit of fiddle because obviously my glue is not dry. Now I'm looking for what I've done with tweezers. Okay, so I want a pair of tweezers just to help pull that through. Oh, come on. Oh dear, I am ruining the bottom of this. Right, let's try that again. You get the idea. So the front one is all one piece. There we go. So that goes across the front like that, and that's your front piece. And now you want to do the same to the back piece. Down through one and up through the other. Now if you want to add some glue to keep this in place, then that's an idea. God, I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. through, it just doesn't want to pull, and I don't want to go too harsh on it because I don't want to wreck it at all. Okay, what you also want to do, what I think is best, is if it comes up through that hole in the middle, so it lays on the back like that. Or did I want to do that the other way round? No, that should be okay. Or maybe I did want to do it the other way round. Yeah, so I've done this, and I've just pushed it, bring it round the front and through the hole here, so it's facing out the back. But first I have to try and get this bit through because it don't want to play. So I'm going to pull this through off camera so you don't have to watch this rather boring, painful bit where I wreck things. And I'll be back again in a minute. Okay, that bit's done. Next, this is where this bit comes in. What you want to do is thread both pieces up through this hole. And that's quite difficult. You may want to glue the other end as well, which kind of defeats the object. Should have done this bit first, really. There's that end. Where's the other end? There it is. Okay, now because I've moved this, this may not work for me. Basically you want to put both ends, so both ends on one side of the bench, go up inside the holes, on one side. Yeah, where I've moved it, this is going to be difficult, so I might have to do this bit again. And then both ends on the other side. Oops. Go up on the other side of the holes. So I'm going to have to redo this and then I'll be back again. Okay, I've quickly made another one and I'll tidy it up when I've finished. I forgot as well, you need to tie knots. So you need to see where it's going to hang and tie knots in, tie the ends together on each side before you pass them through. So hopefully I'll be able to do this without absolutely wrecking it. We can only hope. Maybe I should try to put them through together. There we go. So 2 through one side. There you go, and the knot's there. And then the other 2 from the other side, obviously, go through this side. Really should have waited for this to dry, shouldn't I? And I'm sorry this has been a hash job, but like most of my craft projects, this has no plan. It's just something I had an idea and I thought, oh, I can chuck this together and film it as I'm doing it with no plan and just a vague idea. So right, the next thing you want to do, I don't know if I'm happy with that bit, I think you want it slightly tighter at the front than at the back, so that as it wears it will go slightly back. Right, so what you want to do next is take your bits, your string bits here, and tie a knot. Of course, you should wait till this bit is dry first before you start doing this. And this is just to stop it from falling through. Just to keep this in place, because this is what holds it in, you know, it holds it where it's supposed to be. That might be slightly too long, but hey, you know, the birds might like it. Okay, and then when that's all done, you just tie these bits together. Now you can either tie that bit round the branch, so don't tie it in a knot yet, or tie it up and just find somewhere to hook it onto. But that is basically it. And what I will do is take a couple of photographs of it in the garden when this is dry, so you can see what it looks like hung up. Like I said, it's just a little daft project, and you just put the seeds in here, which is why you've got these bits at the sides so the seeds don't fall out. If you are worried about the seeds getting rainy, you know, sort of rained on, drill a few holes in the bottom, and then obviously the water will drain out. But I didn't want to do that because that's just more work. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that little mess of a tutorial for the tiniest little bird table for finches and fledglings. So there you go, that's it. And obviously the shorter these are, the less it will swing, which sometimes the birds prefer. They don't want it swinging around too much. But for a little bird table for the spring, it's not going to last forever. It's a good little project. And remember what I said about the peanuts. No peanuts on here because it's not good for fledglings. Thanks for watching, witchy people. Bye bye.